is het intergenerationele cadans dat grip houdt op je leven. Kunu, wanneer de trauma's van jouw voorouders als rimpels door je familielijn ebben. Kunu, het gedrag dat de ouderen van hun ouderen hebben ervaren, geven ze door aan hun kinderen. Kunu is niet positief. Zie het als knobbels op je familielijn.
It's honestly
Pijnlijke
one of
knopen
the
van
best
gedrag dat je niet
films
kan ontlopen.
I've seen. One of the best anime films I've seen in a hot minute. And I think the reason why I felt this film is very much something like you would see on shows on networks like Adult Swim, is very experimental, is entirely narration and voiceovers. But the animation side is at certain places like it's hand drawn, it's very beautiful and bold and vibrant. But also there's really important subject matter of generational curses and how, you know, the rules of your forefathers follow you around. And you pass those rules on to your next generation. And how, you know, it's not just up to your parents or it's just up to you, but it has to be a concentrated effort by everyone in the community to really get rid of these curses. And I truly recommend this if you're a fan of animation, if you're a fan of things like Adult Swim, if you are someone who's really into ideas of like trauma informed and generational curses, if you just enjoy this kind of almost poetic narration style of things similar to that nature, please do watch this film. You're not going to be disappointed.
Really cool short film. I loved the animation and the storytelling, the vivid imagery, the way it told the historic aspect of the story, and just the poetic use of language and music and images and everything. Really, really
I
powerful.
really like the art style. I really like the art style. I liked it because I liked the colors. It made me feel like I was transported, like back to Africa or something. It felt, it gave me, watching this film gave me the same feeling I get when I like celebrate Kwanzaa or like watch Black Panther. That like pride in like the heritage and the ancestors. Like I can, like how we always say, like I can feel the ancestors smiling on me or frowning on me or whatever. Like it gave me that feeling. It was like be proud of where we come from. You know what I'm saying? So I really like that, celebrating that. I also, I really like the music. I like the Afro beats. I like the drums and all of that stuff. And I thought it had really good like lyricism and poetry. So, you know, overall, really well done.
So Kuna was very deep. There's a lot of symbolism. Before I even get to that, the animation was absolutely beautiful. Uh, and again, it's very rich in symbolism. It uses anthology to tell a loose narrative that would take way too long to say in the amount of time, but there's a lot of it's heavy in messages about our past, what we've been through, and where we are now, and from our past, what should we do now? What should we focus on? Because with history, it's very deep. It's very overwhelming. But the lessons we take from our history and what we use it for our future can lead to there's a lot of
I
possibilities.
really enjoy just sitting back and being told this fantastic, epic story. It's obviously got this great poetic quality to it. The motion design was fantastic. I really liked just all of it in general. Kept things moving, kept it visually interesting, and of course the story was enough. But just those two components really worked in concert well and made just this absolute really interesting piece. Definitely worth checking
I
out.
thought this was a deeply moving piece. There was this wonderful rhythm throughout the piece that kept it going, and the drum beats underneath the soundscape that was created made it feel like it's a ceremonial, ritualistic storytelling, like we're sitting around the fire and we're at the birth of where storytelling comes from in the oral tradition. There's so much food for thought, and just that meditation on intergenerational trauma, what we pass down, the cycles that we ourselves constantly go through, and how it's up to us to break it, as to not continue that cycle throughout our further progeny, I suppose is the word. Yeah, I thought the animations were great. I think they really got to the heart of each piece. There was something that felt more raw about it as well. We could even go back to the images from ancient texts and hieroglyphics, where it's very symbolic, so that the viewer can project onto it what they feel fit, or whatever's lurking inside of them. I liked how each section was started out with kind of that food for thought, a poem or a quote, and allowed that to sink in before we continued the journey. So there was also a cycle in itself, and perhaps this was a cycle of healing. Yeah, overall, I thought it was really effective. I loved the narration. His voice was absolutely gorgeous and rich and smooth and expressive, and was the perfect audio guide to the journey that we went on.